Today we are lucky to be on site at the newest attraction for Salem and to have Judy Johnson with the Washington County Community Foundation here to explain the mural. Thank you, Ms. Johnson, for speaking with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
The first question is, why will the mural be a good thing for the community?
Well, I think the mural is a great thing for our community because it tells the story of 6 remarkable women. It's a beautiful mural. It was done by a professional artist, so it's an attraction that people can come and see, and it's the first piece of what will eventually be a very nice pocket park for our community. But bottom line is it tells a story about 6 remarkable women that can be an inspiration to all of us.
You said something about a pocket park. What is a pocket park?
Well, a pocket park is kind of an urban term, but a pocket park actually is when a municipality, like a city, takes a small area and reclaims it for a different purpose. So right now this is like a parking area, and it was just the side of a building. So we're reclaiming it with the mural, and then we are also going to put in new decking, seating, planters, and shading along there, plus a ground mural that will connect the square to the John Hay Center. So it'll be a place where people can come and rest and relax, and maybe they get something to eat and just have a little picnic area.
So how has all of this been funded?
Well, that's a good question. They say it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to create a pocket park. So our major funders are the Regional Opportunities Initiative. We applied for a grant from them last fall. The Serve Design with the IU Center for Rural Engagement, Hoosier Uplands, the donors of the Washington County Community Foundation, and Lisa Fleming have all pulled resources together to make this possible.
How did you choose Rafael Blanco to paint this mural?
Well, that was a process. So we have a design team of Daniel Martinez and Lulu Lukitas, who are out of Columbus, Indiana, and they led the process. But basically, we put out a national request for qualifications, and we had artists from East Coast, West Coast, North and South. So we had 43 artists submit portfolios for review. We narrowed those 43 submissions down to 5 and interviewed 5 artists via Zoom, and then narrowed that field down to 3 and asked those 3 artists to create a concept of what the mural might look like, and then we liked Raphael's concept the best, so we offered the position to him.
So who are all these women here?
Well, there's 6 remarkable women, so everybody, I hope, knows Brady Schrum and who Brady Schrum was, but she taught for over 52 years, retired, went back into teaching during World War II when there was a shortage. Dr. Granny Lusk, her brother attended the University of Louisville Medical School and just kind of shared his knowledge with her, and then she kind of picked up being a doctor. This was back in the 1800s, and started practicing medicine. She was active with the Underground Railroad in helping slaves who had injuries. Eventually she was granted a medical license. Let's see, Emma Christie Baker was one of the first 3 women and first black female to be hired by the Indianapolis Police Department. Terry Hall was a groundbreaker female basketball coach. Right after Title IX came into effect and women's athletics really took off, she started coaching at the collegiate level and had a really strong record, and was named one of Kentucky's women of basketball. She coached at both the University of Louisville and the University of Kentucky. Lulu Desi Rudder was the first licensed pharmacist in the state of Indiana, and she practiced pharmacy where the Salem Apothecary is today, which is also owned by a female pharmacist, so that's a really, really cool connection. Sarah Park Morrison was the first female to be admitted to and graduate from Indiana University. So a lot of people don't know this, but when they were trying to figure out where to build IU, Salem was actually one of the locations that they considered. But we lost out to Bloomington, but Sarah Park Morrison is the first female to attend and graduate IU.
Why should we learn about these women?
Well, each of these women, they all have a remarkable story, and in their own way they were groundbreakers. They did unique things, and they all shaped who we are today. So, you know, when you look back in history and you think about people you want to emulate or people you want to aspire to be like, these women can all be inspiration to us, because not only were they groundbreakers during their time, but the fact that they were female groundbreakers makes it that much more impactful and important. So I hope that the youth of the community, both male and female, can look up and just see these women and realize that when you set goals and you have a passion and a dream, you know, if you really apply yourself and work hard towards it, you can accomplish great things. So bottom line is, I think they're an inspiration, and they can teach us a lot about perseverance.
When will the entire pocket park be finished?
We're shooting for late October. So between now and mid to end of October, there's going to be a lot of activity in this area. We're going to be putting down a ground mural that I mentioned earlier that's going to connect the square to the John Hay Center. That'll be over the course of 2 weekends, and it will require some street closures, and we will also be looking for volunteers to help with that. We'll be putting down decking and then installing planters with plants, tables, chairs, and shading. So fingers crossed, we're shooting to have all that done by the end of October if we can get our supplies in on time.
Does the foundation have any other projects coming up like this one?
So we're hopeful that we have a couple other projects that we want to get off the ground out at Lake Celinda. We have 2 art installations going out there. Budget constraints are a little bit of a concern for us right now, because when we started those 2 projects, things were not as expensive as they are right now. So I'm not sure if those are going to happen, but there are 2 other art installations that we have on our radar.
We really appreciate you coming out here and speaking to us today about the mural.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for the invitation.